Greetings and gratitude. Welcome to Tropical Fairy Cove. Today we are going to be doing our pot and plant and talk a little bit. So if you don't know, I am Lady Saturn, co-creator of Tropical Fairy Cove. That's me. So today we are going to be repotting the Sansevieria snake plant. I have had this plant right here over the past, I would say, couple of years. I've had different variations of them, but this particular one that we'll be doing today, it's two mixed together. It's a Sansevieria snake plant as well as the whale fin snake plant. And right here I am discussing the type of plants that I like. I love a project plant, and a project plant to me is a plant that needs some extra TLC, some extra loving, so you can bring it back and it's thriving. So what we're doing right now is checking out these roots, and while you guys are looking at what I'm doing, I want you to open your ears, take a deep breath, hold and exhale, relax your mind, because we are going to discuss the spiritual benefits of having a snake plant in your life, as well as the physical and health benefits as to why you should have a snake plant in your life. I am a firm believer in spirituality and a firm believer in science. I believe one cannot exist without the other. You need science with spirituality, and you need spirituality with science. So with that being said, let's begin. We will be going over some notes I have from a book. I have a book from Devin Hunter, and the name of this book is The Houseplant Horticulture, and it's green magic for indoor spaces. So it's letting us know that the snake plant is also known as the mother-in-law's tongue, the devil's tongue, or Jinn's tongue. This plant is known for its thick, sharp, and hardy leaves that grow upward in a rosette pattern around a growth point. And it gets its name from the toughness of the leaves that in some instances can actually cut you. And I've experienced that before. Like, the tips of the snake plant can be so sharp sometimes you can get yourself cut up. It is loved for its succulent, hardy nature and love of neglect, and prefers to be allowed to spread outward through running shoots and enjoy drier conditions, requiring little humidity. This plant originates from Africa, Madagascar, and Southern Asia. It doesn't grow very fast. It's a slow grower. From my personal experience, it's all about the light and the environment. It's really all about the environment that you place any type of plant into, as to whether it will just be surviving or if it will actually be a plant that is thriving. So my personal experience with snake plants, I've seen snake plants fall apart and I have seen them thrive, like get really big and hardy. The difficulty level for a snake plant is a beginner. If you are a new plant parent, it is highly recommended, at least on my part, that one of the first plants you get is a snake plant, because You can forget about it and it's still going to live, survive. It'll thrive, actually. Snake plants love neglect. They love it when you don't be pestering all over them. They're sensitive. They are sensitive. Even though they are hardy, they're still sensitive. If you overwater it, it's gonna die. So the care of these plants, as we are now looking at them, the care of these plants, it is recommended that you water these plants once it's completely dried out. Side note right here, I'm quite sure you've already seen, but we are sprinkling root powder on the roots of the leaves, on the roots of the snake plant, because that is going to assist with the transition of me putting it in another pot. Plants can go into shock when they go to a new environment. They have to adjust to them. So the rooting powder that I put on there, it just assists the plant with acclimating itself to the new environment that it's getting ready to be in. So most of these snake plants are tolerant of low light conditions, but they prefer bright indirect light. And then the propagation of it, you can split them, or you can actually cut the leaf, which I've done both. So you can get one of the leaves, you can cut it like a upside down V at the bottom, and just sit it in some water and forget about it, because it's gonna take a long time. When I propagated my first snake plant, honestly, it took me about, I'll say 8 months before I saw any sign of a baby that's growing from the mother plant. So now we're going to get to, no we're not, I need to give you more information. Let me pause myself for a second. I'm going to give you more information about the physical benefits of having a snake plant in your life. So the main physical benefit is the air purification that it provides to you and your home. This snake plant, this beautiful, elongated, sharp snake plant, it has the nerve to love us back. This plant right here, it will gather up all of the negative impurities that are in the air that's around it. It will absorb it, and it will clean it, filter it out, and purify the air. So this plant does clean your air. It's a natural air purifier. It is a toxic plant, so you should keep it away from small children. You should keep it away from your pets, and you should keep it away from your friends who like to come over and do weird things. All right. So now to what I was trying to hurry up and rush to, which I shouldn't be rushing. But let's get down to the spiritual benefits of having a snake plant in your life. So some of the spiritual benefits of having a snake plant in your life. Number one, it provides protection. Remember, we said that this snake plant is known as the mother-in-law's tongue or the devil's tongue. And when I think of a mother-in-law, I think of because I'm a woman, I think of a woman who is fiercely protective over her son, her man child. I have 2 boys myself, and when they are grown and on their own, and when they decide to be in relation with someone else, of course I'm going to want them to be with someone that has their best interest at heart. And if I see and can observe that they aren't with someone that has their best interest at heart. As a mother and a protector, I'm going to say something. I'm going to let them know. Now, what they do with that, that's on them. So, one of the main spiritual benefits of having a snake plant, again, is the protection it provides, its defense, and it is also good for removing obstacles. And seeing that just now is making me think of the deity Ganesha. Ganesha removes obstacles. So we are also going to go over the element that this snake plant represents is air. The snake plant's planet, it has a planet, and the planet that's associated with the snake plant is Mercury. And there are 3 zodiac signs that are associated with the snake plant. We have Gemini, we have Aquarius, and we have Libra. And the zodiac sign that stands out the most to me that's associated with this plant, off rip, I would say is Aquarius. And I would say Aquarius just for its going against the grain. In my mind, a plant needs water. And a plant that is saying, "Bish, don't water me too much. Go away. I'm good." To me, that's a little, that's rebelling against authority. And when I think of Aquarius, I think of rebelling against authorities or systems. But not in a bad way, because the Aquarius is the innovator. Aquarius is for the people. The minerals that the snake plant that's associated with the snake plant is moldavite, kyanite, leopard jasper, chevron amethyst, and selenite. The tarot card that is associated with the snake plant would be none other than the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords represents it's clear-minded wisdom, and it is sharp discernment. So it makes sense as to why the Queen of Swords card would be associated with the snake plant. Also because the swords represents the element of air. And the Queen advises us to cut through confusion, establish strong boundaries, and communicate our truths with both logic and honesty without losing our compassion. It represents independence. It represents sharpness. So, oh Lord, look at me. I'm looking up at the screen now. I don't know what's going on right here. I was happy. Probably because I got it in the plant now. Okay, let's get back to the lesson. Our affirmation for the snake plant today: I cut through all obstacles. So we want to, when we think of the snake plant, if we have an affirmation for it, I cut through all obstacles. I recommend that you definitely have snake plants as office plants. If you work in an office environment, I would place my snake plant, and as I'm thinking about it, yes I do. I do have a snake plant in my office. Just trying to think. But like, you can even place your snake plant in a particular space inside of your work area. If you, like, for myself personally, I have weekly meetings where I have to present different homeowners information so I can get funding approved for them. If I don't want any obstacles presented and I want to get to the money and get this money, then I can sit my files and my files that I'm prepping, or the files that I've prepared, put them by my snake plant and say I cut through all obstacles. You know, we have all the tools we need. I said this in a video earlier this is the card I pulled last night, as a matter of fact, about exchanging energy for abundance. We all have everything that we need inside of us. We have everything, all the tools that we need for our success. They are inside of us and they are already around us as we speak. We just have to open our eyes and see what is available to us. Lastly, I want to, which I already did before I started recording, I pulled 2 cards, and the first card that popped out, it just really, like, you know, it blew my mind a little bit. So the first card I pulled was the snake card from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle Cards Guidebook. I'm going to place a picture of it right here. And the snake plant, when you think of a snake, of course, we're thinking about transformation. And so the snake is telling us to shed old skin. I think it's so appropriate because we're going over a snake plant. So the message says, cast off the old, reveal your true colors, talents, and gifts to the world. In many spiritual traditions, the snake offers powerful medicine. In tantric teachings, it symbolizes the kundalini, which is the powerful serpentine energy within that allows you to reach your highest spiritual potential. When the sacred ones saw a snake in nature or encountered one in a dream, they knew that there was transformation in the air. The snake card not only represents the shedding of old skin, but moving beyond the limitations caused by carrying the venom of negative thoughts about others or the past. And the extended message of the snake plant says, the energy of renewal is washing over your life at this time. If for some reason you feel that your true self hasn't been recognized or you've been misread by others, know this energy is now leaving you. As you've been working through your old stories, all the self-limiting beliefs that you've accumulated along the way, you've been peeling away a shield of skin that has created limiting experiences. Your own personal commitment to growth has been recognized, and now the external world will begin to reflect all of the work that you've been doing within. If you feel someone you love has misunderstood you recently, they will be able to see beyond that if you're willing to recognize your own challenges. This is a time for renewal, abundance, and connection. Let yourself be reborn and celebrated. Ashe. Yes. Now that message right there, thank you, Spirit Squad. I'm reading this and sharing this for everybody, but that message really was for me. And I am grateful for it. The next card I pulled came from my Goddess Power Oracle deck, and I'm going to insert the picture of the card right here. And we pulled the Goddess, I can't say her name, but I'm going to try, Benzai Zen, and she represents beauty. Now when I pulled this card, I pulled the card and it was upside down. So there is an alignment message that needs to be heard. Your ability to see beauty in your world is dimmed by a momentary lapse in self-worth. The Goddess of Beauty asks you whether you've been set back by a visit of perfectionism or others have withheld their support, causing you to feel small and insignificant. Whatever the circumstances, it appears that you have been hijacked by a sense of lack. Your alignment task is to restore your self-worth and regain your equilibrium by refusing to engage in these mind games designed to dim your light. Now is the time for a positive self-inventory. The goddess Benzai 10 is here to remind you that you are a bright, shining, beautiful being of divine power and light. You are more than enough, and the world contains more than enough beauty for you. This is a good place to dust off and start again. Y'all, Ashe. Look at that. I can't. Both these cards. It's just perfect timing, and I am very grateful and I'm blessed. I'm happy that I have the courage to move forward and to do the things that I love. Before I started recording this, I said a prayer to my spirit squad, asking them to be with me while I'm doing this, and I'm happy. So thank you for watching. If you like this, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be back soon with another plant and some more physical benefits along with the spiritual benefits. Thank you for watching Lady Saturn with Tropical Fairy Cove. Toodaloo!